so you said, and this is your cinematographer?
Yes.
And your name?
Gabriel.
Okay. Well, I want to ask the same question that I kicked off last time. Where did this project start?
So, funny enough, I was shooting this project actually in 2023 during my master's in producing. My background is in acting, but then I moved into production as well. And during that time, I had just gotten out of a not so healthy relationship. And my dad, I'm very close to my parents, and they always joke about like how I have like a rotten finger for choosing people. And so my dad, he said a metaphor that stuck with me, to the point that I made a movie about. And he said, people are like shoes, and sometimes it's a beautiful shoe and you're beautiful and there's nothing wrong with you or them, it's just not a good match. And I was like, I'm gonna make a movie about it, because I learn a lot with metaphors, and so like that's a topic that I'm very passionate about. And I wanted it to be, of course, the movie is mostly about romantic relationships, but it can apply to any kind of relationship: business, family, friendships. So that's where the idea came from.
Cool, great. I'll bring it over to you. So what was it like working with our director here?
It was a lot of fun. This was in film school a couple years ago. This was our first time really working together. We learned so much. It was so much. She was taking on a lot of roles, so it was kind of thrown onto me to like take care of the crew wise. And I felt like we did a good job doing that, given everything. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun creatively. We're both dancers, so to have this thematic like dance theme throughout got me interested in the project to begin with. But it was a good experience.
And how do the two of you come up with ideas for the photography? Do you have a specific shot list in mind that you make, or is this something that maybe you come up with, or how do you collaborate together on the specific shots?
So when I first brought the project to Gabby, I was working on it during my master's, and I had like the pitch deck and everything, comparables that were really strong for me, like Black Swan and The Big Shave, one of the first shorts by Scorsese, and so I was like, Gabby, let's make something cool, like very visual, and we kind of came up with the shot list. It was my first time making a shot list. Even though I knew the lingo, I was like, it's my first time, so Gabby was a savior to help me with that and also keep on track, because I was also in front of the camera, so.
It was overall a very collaborative process.
Yeah.
We just shoot ideas back and forth. This is what you're looking for. Okay, what about this? No, I want that. It's very back and forth, and I prefer that over a director just saying, oh, making a shot list and then just approving it, because I know that there's the investment and there's the commitment to the image, and that we're both putting in that energy and work to see it come to life.
That's great. And the last question I'll ask you guys is, I'm glad that the both of you are on the stage here today, but the color, as we go back and forth between, I mean, that must have been your idea for the film. Was that a challenge, in terms of the camera work? Well, actually, first I want to ask where that came from, and then I'll ask for the photography. Was it a specific challenge, I'd say?
So the idea came from, I believe, my background. I grew up very immersed in all kinds of art, not only dancing, acting, but also in music and with painting and drawing. So I'm a very visual person, and that's why I chose to not have also spoken lines in the film. I didn't want the language barrier in it. I wanted to spread the movie everywhere, because I believe everybody can resonate to some point to this movie.
Of course. And
so the idea of the color came from, I was always fascinated with black and white and just painting, and I remember watching Schindler's List and the girl with the red jacket, and I couldn't finish the movie, not gonna lie. It was too much for me, and I've tried a few times. It's just a masterpiece, but I will never forget the moment that I saw that and how I thought it was so cool. And those are my favorite colors, black, white, and red. So I was like, my first film, I think that's pretty fitting. I had no idea everything that it would entail. That's why I was talking a lot about this idea with Gabby, because then it definitely changed lighting and all that, and then I definitely learned the hard way that some things you can't fix in post. We were just talking about it outside. because I would have made some different choices on set with the red high heel, thinking of VFX and all that. But that's where the idea came from.
Okay. And did you always know what was going to be in black and white and what was going to be in color?
Yes, we were very thorough with that in pre-production, and I approached the black and white stuff with that in mind, of like, okay, I want to do more shape type stuff, you know, even if it is natural, softer lighting, I want to be more intentional about shaping it, right, so that we do see some contrast. It's not just like this 15 gray across. But yeah, it was very intentional throughout what was color and what wasn't, and when it wasn't color, I did more grip work with it.
Great, cool. I'll open it up. Are there any questions from anybody in the audience? One question? Yep, in the back over there.
The changing aspect ratios, what kind of inspired those decisions? And did you guys go into it knowing that you were going to be cutting different aspect ratios and stitching them together?
To be completely honest, I edited this film like 7 times before I got to a version that I didn't hate. Because I got too close to the project. As you can see, I wear a lot of hats, and so I got really close to it, and I needed to take a break from the project, to be honest. That's why we shot a while ago, and it's just now coming out. And I wrote a script, we shot a different one, and then ended up being a different thing in post. The idea for the different aspect ratios were to make it clear, especially because there's no spoken line or anything like that. I wanted it to be clear what is a memory and what is real life, especially with the coloring. So the idea came from that. And also because the video of me dancing ballet when I was a kid was in that aspect ratio, and I didn't want to mess that up. I thought it was a cool idea when I accidentally put it into the film. So I was like, that's, you know, I feel some things you just run across and it just become a great idea. We found a lot of those on set, and then when I was editing it a few times. So.
Oh, magical. Well, great. Thank you guys so much. Can we have a round of applause for our